Hello and welcome back to my channel. So I feel like checking this out. I'm just gonna check it out for like an hour, and I have no idea when I'm gonna come back to it. Maybe I'll probably, I don't know if it's something I come back to, or if it's something I do like the half schedule, like I do with other VMs. Like sometimes I just on some days I'm gonna read like the main thing I'm reading, and this is the side thing. Anyway, all right, let's get started. My name is Yanagise Choji, and like any typical person, I have a home. What is this line? I'm okay. What a starting line. By the time I discovered that it had turned into a European style palace, it was 6:59 a.m. Wait, what the fuck? You mean it turned into European style? Actually, the time didn't even matter. There was no need to be so precise. What I'm trying to say is that my home, an average Japanese house, has transformed into the Palace of Versailles overnight. What the fuck is this premise? What, what in the world is this? Bright roses bloom throughout my long, winding backyard. It's like a writer had just given the background artist a shoujo manga and ordered him to recreate a palace drawn inside. Thanks, Kaji. Thanks, Kaji. And that background artist's name is Aka Akasaka. Anyway, wait, this isn't the time to make clever deductions or terrible jokes. Let's figure out what's going on. What kind of reasons am I supposed to think of? After yelling that, I took a deep breath. I calmed myself and started searching through my memories. Yesterday, no, last night, I remembered having a normal Japanese style backyard. Yeah, that should be right. But if I had to point out something out of the ordinary at that time, hey now,
私はこちらで構いません。
that's not the point. It doesn't matter if you mind or not. This is a backyard. Humans can't live in backyards.
問題ありません。長司様はお気になさらずに。
How can I not worry? What are you gonna do if it starts raining?
そこに家があるじゃありませんか。
If you're gonna come in every time it rains, then you might as well not live in the backyard.
長司様は不可解なことをおっしゃいますね。家があるから大丈夫だと申しているではありませんか。ほら、あそこに。
Over there? I don't remember being rich enough to have another house in my backyard. Wait, I do!
はい。先ほど発見いたしました。
It's true. I did have something like that. It had been years since I last remembered its existence. The house was a doghouse. We didn't have any dogs, but there was an empty doghouse in the backyard. This is a doghouse.
違います。
Of course it is. Just look at it.
違います。これで2度目。仏の顔も3度までと申します。その続きの言葉には、それなりの覚悟が必要である。と。
She was calm and had a refined demeanor at all times. However, there would be occasions when she would be abnormally persistent on the weirdest things. She pointed the tip of the broom she was holding toward me. It made a unique sound effect. It sounded like the loading of a bullet into a rifle. I could even see patterns inside the hole of the tip of her bamboo broom. I could only describe them as a rifling. A rifling is a system of helical grooves on the gun barrel. It imparts a spin that gyroscopically improves the projectile's aerodynamic stability and accuracy. Perhaps it would be more romantic to describe the spin of the bullet as the blind circular reasoning of a maiden in love as it pierces into the boy she's enamored with. Or maybe I should just keep it simple. She had she had a gun. She had a fucking gun. What else could it be other than a gun? Hmm. What is a gun, you ask? Well, it's the kind of thing that shoots bullets with a bang and sends blood splattering out from whomever is hit. There was a strict law restricting the possession of stuff like that, but it seems like she fulfilled all the criteria. Sumari, she was equipped with a broom capable of killing. Why she was in possession of such a dangerous object was not something to talk about now. Gotta end the endless off-topic discussion somewhere, you see. For starters, I gave up debating with her and hung my head down immediately. This girl's name is Yoru Sumugu. Sumugu? Yoru Sumugu? Anyway, despite having a surname that reminded you of a dumb excuse for getting drunk and dying in a car crash, Yoru Sumugu. Okay, never mind. You know what? I'll probably figure that out. Her appearance suggested she was a sweet maiden. Really trying that joke? See what I did with the word maiden? I think it's pretty clever. So please don't go correcting me by saying it's a miscapitalization. Thank you. While she was older than me, she looked much younger. Anyway, our maid here was going to launch at the Yanagise residence starting on that very day. Originally, she was a janitor that lived in my school. You might ask why a janitor was lodging at our place. Well, since so many things happened, I'll skip over the minor details for now. The story won't proceed if I just kept on explaining everything you know. In short, you could just describe Yoro Sumugu as a refined maiden who possesses a weapon with the capability to kill. If you insist that I explain it in more detail, Yoro Sumugu is a refined maiden who possesses the kind of thing that shoots bullets with a bang and sends blood splattering out from whomever is hit. And that should be enough. There was no need to go into such detail anyway. After all, what's important right now isn't Sumugu, but the transformation of an ordinary Japanese-style house into the Palace of Versailles. It was already like this when I woke up this morning. This matter was way more important than our new lodger, Sumugu, who owns a gun, and not to mention, gave a wonderful first impression by pointing it at me. I like how he keeps repeating she has a gun.
おはようだぞ。どうした？朝からそんな青い顔して。
Oh, Onigase, come here and take a look at this. By the time the incident progressed into a conversation with Onigase Tane, it was 7:06 a.m. I was kind of lying when I said that time didn't matter just a while ago. If I took it too easy and let the time pass by, I would be late for class. Yup, this is one of those mornings. An ordinary school morning. It's a given I wasn't in eternal mode where I had unlimited duration of gameplay. So let's make her introduction short. Onigase is a girl who is as strong as a demon, and for some reason, she's living in my foyer. A thunderous noise shook the whole house. Onigase had somehow punched the air. I know it sounds weird, but from how it looked, she was literally punching the air. Maybe she intended to swing her fist in protest, but the supersonic momentum it carried produced shockwaves all around her.
そんなこと言うともう迎えに来てやらないぞ。怒るぞ。
Huh? Go man. Looks like I accidentally let my narration slip out. I need to be careful not to say something she would be concerned about. In that case, I'll change the backstory from living in my foyer to comes to fetch me every morning. To ensure that she wouldn't be late, Onigase stationed herself in my foyer and never went home. It might look like she was living in my foyer, but that's not true. The backstory clearly stated that she comes to fetch me every morning, maybe out of convenience. Well, Onigase would always come to fetch me every morning. A thunderous noise shook the whole house once more. Onigase was punching the air again. Now, what did I say this time?
違うぞ。私はお前のために迎えに来ているわけじゃないんだからな。
Okay, she's a tsundere. Okay, tsundere. Okay. Okay. I didn't say anything like that. That didn't even cross my mind.
なんだそのね、信じてないんだな。違うぞ。違うんだからな。
で
違うんだからな。
Not only did she get all flustered and teary, my house was on the verge of collapse from her supersonic punches against the air. My house, which had turned into the Palace of Versailles, was now slowly edging towards its destruction. Having my house destroyed would be much more severe problem than having it turned into the Palace of Versailles, so I quickly shouted, You misunderstand, Onigase. More importantly, look at this! I thought my voice wouldn't reach her due to the shockwaves, but unexpectedly Onigase heard me easily. She stopped producing shockwaves and looked towards my direction. No, don't look at me. Look at the backyard. Look at that! After slightly recovering from her teary state, Onigase started looking around her. By the way, Onigase is also a baka. How much of an idiot? She didn't even notice that my completely normal house has turned into a palace this morning. Sumari, she was currently displaying her capacity as a full-fledged idiot. Just look at the backyard. It's way wider than it was last night. Yeah, the backyard turned into the Palace of Versailles. She seemed to have finally grasped the situation under the guidance of my explanation. Her teary expression from just a little while ago started to show signs of joy. Wait. Arere? Okay. I think we should be good now. I don't know why. The BGM is too loud. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me. Oh man, I might need to do some compensation on like, I don't know. I'll figure that out based on today's recording. Shouldn't you be more shocked? Why do you look so happy?
Oh, すごいな、長司.
Right. Wait. Could I? No, it's already at the highest it could go. That's not what I meant. I'm not telling you to yell it out or enlarge the fonts.
そうなのか。なら、何が長司の望みなんだ?
Don't look so clueless. Why do you look so troubled anyway?
そんなこと言われても困るかな。
Well, don't. I'm verging on madness. I mean, my backyard is totally different from last night.
童貞？童貞か?
that fucking really did that joke. That's not what I said.
なんだよ。よくわからないぞ、長司。カルシウム不足か？だからそんななのか？ 朝から怒ってばかりだと体に悪いんだぞ。
Okay, so I'm not familiar with the calcium thing, so we're gonna just keep going. I don't want to hear that from someone who swings her fist at the supersonic speed first thing in the morning.
それはジョージが恥ずかしいこと言うからなんだから。私は悪くないんだからな。
When did I ever say something embarrassing?
童貞兄さん、おはよう。
Eka! What do you mean by dote? I said I'm verging of madness. Virgin!
何をさっきから自らを童貞童貞と。
It's virgin! Virgin, goddammit! I said I'm verging of madness!
あまりに思い詰めた兄さんが成功未経験の状態であることをご近所にアピールされたい気持ちはわかりますけど、朝早くから近所迷惑です。
This. I'm not emphasizing anything, and I'm not desperate.
朝から鬼ヶ瀬さんが真っ赤になるような恥ずかしい言葉を連呼されていたのではないのですか？
You're getting this all wrong.
思い詰めてたからこそ叫びたかった。そう考えるのが自然かと思うのだけれども。
I wasn't yelling, and I'm not desperate. Who cares if I'm out okay, maybe I care a little, but wait, Ryo?
あ、りょうさん、おはようございます。おはよう。朝から想像しいのね。何かあったのかしら。さあ、兄さんが童貞という言葉を連呼して。連呼、大変ね。
I wasn't.
なんだ、ジョージは何か思い詰めていたのか？私は心配だぞ。
Oh, nothing. But what kind of reaction is that? You were here during the whole conversation. Weren't you listening?
童貞は治る病気ですから、鬼ヶ瀬さん、心配なさらず。
It isn't a disease, and I think it made a huge bunch of users your enemies.
ルーザーつまり負け犬をたくさん敵に回したと言いたいらしいです。童貞兄さんは毒舌ですね。私には怖くてそんなこと言えません。
Man, they're making so much of these puns. Hey, don't go misguiding others with a word that sounds almost like the same. I didn't say anything like that. Just scroll up and check the backlog.
またそんなゲームと現実をごっちゃ混ぜにした言い方して、そのうち取り返しのつかない事件を起こして私たち家族を不幸にする気ですか？取り返しのつかないこと？それはいかん。その病気のせいでなのか？ジョージ、私にその病気は治せないのか？力になるぞ。
Onigase stared at me with a worried expression. Onigase's cure for virginity. A rather immoral image flashed through my head for an instant. Onigase. Say that you'll cure me of it sounds like you're... Why are you two hitting me? From both sides even. Am I a sandwich?
あら、季節外れの蚊が。
Nonsense. It's way too late in the season. And what's your excuse, Rio?
ゴキブリが。
You shouldn't smack cookie pudding with your hand. It would be terrible if it got stuck onto my face.
違う。あなたが。
So, I'm the cookie pudding?
そんな気がした。
Got some glasses.
いいえ、りょうさん、それはさすがに違います。違う？
Don't look so confused. Of course you're wrong.
はい、ゴキブリに失礼。
Bullshit! God damn this crap sprouting wicked tongue twin-tailed Imoto of mine. Imoto. Maybe Imoto. I'm guessing. Her name is Yanagise Eika. As you can tell from her surname, she's my real sister. Very important, by the way. There seems to be a saying, there's no way my Imoto can be this cute. Well, no shit! If it's that not obvious enough. Oh, she is the Imoto. Wait a second. I know this line. One of the greatest stories of our time, by the way. Only in the world of fantasies can kawaii no imotos exist. Look at this painful reality. You can even say that homono imotos treat their nisans like crap.
ゴキブリ童貞兄さん、つむぐさんがご飯作ってくれましたよ。
On second thought, I guess that was a bit too mean. I suppose homono imotos could actually be a bit more caring.
そうね、あなたも食らいなさい、ゴキブリ。
And why are you being so cocky about it?
そんなの当然じゃない。
I didn't get it, and that's why I'm asking. This girl, who's just as arrogant as Eika, is Yukawa Ryo. She's my cousin, and due to some circumstances, lives in the Yanagise residence as well. Oh, two blood related characters? It's gonna base.
さあ、ご飯を食べようじゃないか、ジョージ。今日はゆうべ来たばかりのつむぐが作ってくれたんだぞ。大感謝だ。朝食を作ることは当然の義務です。なぜならば私はジョージ様の奴隷ですから。
奴隷。
奴隷。
Sumugumi came out of the kitchen, blurting the most random words.
奴隷ってどういうことなんだ、ジョージ。
You're mistaken. Don't grab my collar. You're strangling me. You're going to kill me.
兄さんが奴隷を。はい、私はこの家に借金の方として売られてきたのです。ドナドナです。さすが童貞ね。弱い立場のつむぐさんにつけ込んで奴隷扱いとは。童貞力検定試験があったらジョージは間違いなく上位ランキング者といったところかしら。
Damn. You're mistaken. I'm not making her my dore or anything. It was with that dote proficiency exam. How the hell are you gonna measure that?
童貞力を見せつけるのでは。
To who?
世の中にじゃないかしら。
That would just be shameful.
だから兄さんは柳関の恥だっていつも。
What the hell? If that's shameful, then don't start with that sort of exam.
だからあくまでも家庭の話よ。家庭も現実も区別できないなんて、これだから童貞は。現実と空想の区別がつかないのか。怖いわ。
That's not true at all.
ドナドナには様々な解釈がありますが、ジョージ様の中ではドナドナイコール奴隷だったのです。新解釈誕生の瞬間でした。およよ。
Hey, don't start making things up. There's no way anyone would read it that way.
おい、ジョージ。
Hey, why are you crying, Onigase? Don't look at me like that. I didn't do anything.
犯した罪は認めないと裁判の時に裁判官の心証が悪くなり判決が不利になりますよ。
I didn't commit any crime. And why are you assuming I would be declared guilty?
犯罪者だから。犯罪者だとジョージ、ダメなんだぞ。ダメなんだからな。ダメだぞ。
Jesus Christ. Anyway, you're mistaken. I would never commit a crime. I'm harmless and useful to mankind. She lifted me up into the air by my collar easily. It was like she was literally hanging me.
ダメだぞ。そんな大変だったのか。私でどうにかできないのか。おい、ジョージ。
I can't breathe. She was strangling me. I was genuinely dying, but I somehow managed to grab onto Onigasa's arm and lifted myself up to ease the pain. Tonikaku, there's something more urgent right now. Just look at the backyard.
には
Come on, Ika. Look, our backyard turned into something else. That's the reason I'm being so noisy. Look at what happened to our backyard.
何これこれは
See? I told you so. Ika and Ryo looked shocked as they stared toward the backyard. It seems that they had finally realized the severity of the situation.
かわいい
What?
これ塀に絵描いてるんですよね。よくセットとかであるやつ。そうだったのか。私はてっきり建物が生えてきたと思ったぞ。
What sort of building could grow that fast? Even bamboo couldn't do that.
見事なトリックアートという感じかしら。そのように評価していただけるとは感激の極みです。ということはこれつむぐさんがすごい。そう個人的には厳島神社のようなものの方が好みなのだけど。それ微妙じゃないですか。亮は微妙なことばかり言うな。どうせだったら黒金の城がいいぞ。
I'm increasing the volume. Maybe I should have caught this earlier, but like, yeah. Oh well. And why would the head of the Mazinger Z sprout out in my home?
なるほど。私にその発想はありませんでしたが、確かに素晴らしいですね。次回作の参考にさせていただきます。メモ。
No, no more projects. Stop making things like this.
いいじゃないですか。そんなことより、皆さん、ご飯食べてください。そろそろ時間がありません。本当だ。遅刻せざるを得ない状況だ。
It's not that late yet.
そうですよ。間に合いますから。特にゴキブリは早いから問題ないと思うわ。
I'm not a gokiburi.
はいはい。だったら遅刻しますよ。童貞兄さん。
Stop calling me that already.
なら、童貞さん
Stop messing around. Just call me Nissan. It's 7:40 a.m. But as Aika said, if we continue this endless argument, we're going to be late.
とりあえず飯だぞ。
Fine. Let's go then. An excited Onigase. An arrogantly smiling Eika. A cool-looking Ryo. And our new tenant, Sumugu. This was a day just like any other. No, wait. This was a day when my backyard turned into the Palace of Versailles. This was also part of my simple daily life, one that had no significant happenings whatsoever. And another day like that was about to start. Of course, that's just what I'm hoping for. If Kami-sama exists, I want to tell him. He'd be back my simple everyday life. Our school is unique, with 2 campuses side by side. Its name, Utake Hote School. Until a few years ago, it was 2 separate schools, St. Leon's Girls' School and Otake Boys' School, due to the recent declining birth rate and the restructuring that followed. However, the 2 schools merged. Wait a second, isn't this also like the premise for like what's that? Mashera Ero Symphony? yeah, isn't it? Yeah, that's why they had the whole thing. Anyway, whatever. Since then, the name and the uniforms of the schools have had a complete makeover. I get why the name of the school now has the word Utake in it, but I was clueless about the Hote. And there were rumors that the director picked it because this was the 7th school built. But I still didn't quite understand. Why would he call it Hote just because it's the 7th one anyway? By the way, currently at one of these 2 campuses.
じゃあ兄さん、私はここで。エイカ様はまだそちらの校舎なのですね。
Is that us? Is that us? I like our design. I like our design. It's like the middle ground of Takuji and Naoya. It's like if you combined it. Oh no. Wait, yeah, it's like it's like they had the sun or some shit. Anyway, let's continue.
そうですね。再来年からそっちの校舎に通えるんですけど、その時は兄さんたちは卒業してますものね。大丈夫よ。あなたが留年すれば。
Hey, why are you patting my shoulder?
一番問題なさそうじゃないかしら。
Repeating a year is a problem no matter how you look at it.
大丈夫ですよ。放課後になったらどっちにしてもそっちに行くことになってますから。そうか、文化祭近くだもんな。歌木は涼子合わせての文化祭ですからね。そうね。今日もこちらでいいのかしら。はい、こっちの仕事が終わったらすぐにそちらの方に行かせていただきます。
Yo! Got it. See you later, Ika. Yo, look at us. We look like the goat.
はい、それでは兄さんもさようなら。永遠に。
You can also translate this forever, but like whatever. How could she easily say something so cruel with a smirk like that on her face anyway? As I sighed and looked toward Eika, she already had her smiling face used specifically for school. This Kosogaki is known throughout her school as a gentle, academically achieving athletic wonder. That abuse of tongue and cold smirk were behaviors used only against me. This brother-sister relationship was terrifying. All the recent eroge and light novels had such cute kawaii no imotos in them. So why is reality so harsh? Why was this imoto being so mean to her Nissan? As these thoughts ran through my mind, Eika said something with a smile on her face.
ほら、そろそろ学校の皆さんの視線がありますよ。いつも通りしっかりしてください、兄さん。
Yabe, I almost forgot. My specialized smile for school hours. Just like Eika, though, I do have my own smile just for school. What is this expression? You could tell his soul left his fucking face. After relaxing my cheek muscles, I tensed them up as much as I could. I couldn't really tell if I did it well or not, but I still straightened my back into a cool, upright posture. Ohayo, Yanagise-san?
Yanagise-senpai, ohayo gozaimasu.
Man, look at us. We're so fucking chads. Holy shit. Hey, ohayo, Ohayo. Yanagase Choji, the Seto Kaicho. We're the Seto Kaicho, what the fuck? Holy shit. I was reluctant to put up with this act, but I still greeted everyone back with the most natural smile I could muster.
ジョージ様は相変わらずの人望ですね。
No, really. Just watch.
副会長。
It's Ryo-san. Ohayo. Ohayo gozaimasu. Ryo bowed to them with a gentle smile. Unlike her indifference towards me, she's expressing herself naturally. Look, Ryo's more popular. Yukawa Ryo is the Fukukaicho. She has excellent grades, excels in sports, and is kind to everyone except me. Undoubtedly, she's a figure of respect for many students. While the students' respect for me came from a mere misunderstanding regarding a certain incident, Ryo is someone who's definitely deserve respect. In fact, the student council president wasn't supposed to be me, but her. Her popularity is the real deal, not mine.
そんなものでしょうか。
Yeah.
立ち止まっていると邪魔よ、ゴキブリ。
Ryo whispered in my ear in a volume no one else can hear. Yeah.
その内実がどうであれ、学校ではみんなの期待に添える人間であるように決めたのでしょう。
I guess you're right. She had interrupted me before I could even voice another word of complaint. Despite Ryo's cold attitude and verbal abuse against me, she would still tell me the right thing in crucial moments. She actually cared about me. I've known her for a long time. I know that, despite her abusive tongue, she's always worrying about everyone, including me. That's the kind of person Ryo is.
何を見ているのかしら。
Huh? Nothing.
あなたに見られると肌が石化するから、こちらを見ないでもらえないかしら。
Am I some kind of monster with snakes as hair now? I'll take back what I said earlier. She never said anything but cruel things towards me. I feel like I was the one being petrified.
そんな顔したらみんなが不安がるわ。あなたは誰にとってもヒーローなのだから。
Hero? Ugh. It's Onigase-san. Yabe. Onigase-san is with them too. So she's really aiming for Yanagase-san's and Yukawa-san's lives after all. Well, she had her eyes set on them for a long time now. The moment Onigase shot a glance at them, the sea of people split just like in the story of Moses and the Ten Commandments. The power of her glare was incredible as usual. Many people ran away, and this created a path for her. But within her sulking expression was a hint of sorrow. It goes without saying that Onigase didn't want things to turn out this way. The student's misunderstanding of me was troubling, but I guess that's nothing compared to that of Onigase. I couldn't help but feel that way after witnessing what had happened. Her abnormal strength aside, she's just a normal girl, but it seems that everyone misunderstood her and she became a horrific figure in school. Onigase.
別に何とも思ってない。私はこういうの慣れてるから。
Soka. She would always pretend to be strong like that, but I knew Onigase is a gentle, sensitive girl who would feel hurt more easily than others. And she certainly didn't want to be feared by people. By the way, I realized that our guy's pose is the same as Minakami Yuki's, cross arms. Like, exactly, it's the exact same pose. Maybe we were Yuki all this time. Anyway.
なんだジョージ、そんな顔で見るな。そんな顔で見られると私バカぶん殴るぞ。今の聞いた？
I think Onigase-san just insulted Kaicho. I heard it too. And I think she threatened to beat him up. Are they going to fight this early in the morning? Kaicho certainly excels in sports and his studies, but this is Onigase we're talking about here.
大丈夫だよ。そのために。
The eyes in the crowd focused on Ryo. We had Onigase, a kaibutsu in strength, and Ryo, an expert martial artist. Face-to-face Ryo staying at my home complicated this conflict more, but I suppose I should put that off until later. At any rate, it seemed that all the students in school had misunderstood Ryo as my bodyguard from Onigase.
湯川先輩がいつでも生徒会長にはついてるんだから。
Ryo went over to Onigase and patted her head a couple times.
確かに天気が良くて立ち止まりたい気持ちもわかるけど、でもこんな場所で立ち止まっていては通行の邪魔になるわ。
Dude, that's sick. Did that break Mach 1? But you thought was amazing too. She blocked her attack easily.
私の頭撫でるとかやめろ、りょう。ダメなんだから。分かったわ。以後気をつける。
Wait, I was gonna check something about the artist. I mean, I already know who's the artist, but like, something looks different than usual. Anyway. Yeah, maybe it's just me. I might be imagining something. All the students assumed that the relationship between Onigase and Ryo was terrible. And they were half right on that. These two girls used to have a dog-cat relationship. Before Ryo was a member of the disciplinary committee, while Onigase was thought to be the leader of the delinquents in the neighborhood. On one side was a martial arts expert, on the other was a girl with inhuman physical capabilities. With these two attending the same school, it was impossible for them not to clash against each other. However, Onigase was gentle at heart, and Ryo was kind to everyone except me. It went without saying that these two wouldn't hate each other for very long. In fact, Ryo might have the best relations with Onigase in the school right now. But the other students thought otherwise. Oi! Boss. I forgot the Japanese for boss for this kind of situation. Oh yeah, boss. Don't tire yourself so early in the morning now.
お前ら。
You're threatening the student council, aren't you?
いや、そういうわけではないのだが。
Hey, Yanagise. Huh? Me? You ain't heard The Last of Us yet. Got that? I'm not sure if I understand. Just shut up. Damare. Come on, let's go, boss. Bossu. After looking at us with a faint sign of reluctance in her eyes, she went on with them.
さあ、柳瀬生徒会長。あまりゆっくりしていると遅刻してしまうわ。放課後になれば生徒会室で会えるのだから。
You're right. Gomen. Ryo and I trotted toward our classroom.
それにしても、お二人は相変わらずのすごい人望ですね。
Have I seen this background before? Anyway. That's true for Ryo, but I'm just...
そうね。私の人望が本物でも、あなたの人望は勘違いから生まれたもの。
You heard her.
ああ、なんか今日は神気臭い天気ね。
But the weather's fine. You said so yourself earlier.
そうね。確かにおかしいわ。天気はいいのに、なぜ私の周りに神気臭い空気が満ちているのかしら。ねえ、あなた、殴ってもいいかしら。
Of course not. Why do you want to beat me up all of a sudden?
私が生きていて感じる大半の不快はあなたから発せられているからよ。
Mate, I don't get what you mean.
大丈夫よ、安心して。私とあなたは学校ではベストパートナーで通ってるからバレないように顔は殴らないわ。
Are you some kind of delinquent?
まさか私は不良生徒なんかじゃないわ。極めて健全かつ優秀な女生徒よ。
In appearance, that is. What's so funny?
だって見た目だけが優秀な生徒だったら私もあなたと変わらないのじゃないかしら。
Huh?
つまりは私もあなたも同じということになるのかしら。
You and I are the same. And what of it?
褒めすぎたわ。忘れなさい。
Oh, she's blushing a little there. Rio hurried into her classroom for some reason. Wait a minute. What was that all about?
ジョージ様はご自分に自信がないのですね。
What is that? What does this have to do with confidence? My popularity is just from a misunderstanding. Everyone misunderstood and started acting this way toward me ever since.
なるほど。勘違いですか。あ、私もそろそろ公務員室に行きます。それでは、ジョージ様は勉学にスポーツに励んでください。
Yeah, sure. Going to classes was obvious, of course. That said, I mustn't slack on preparing for the upcoming lessons. I also shouldn't slack on reviewing past ones either. I wasn't very smart to begin with. Unless I put in extra effort, I won't be able to get decent grades. So I've always paid full attention during my classes. Alright, and that's all for today. We'll be starting from Taketsuru Masataka, setting up a whiskey distillation factory in Yoichi tomorrow. In case, this is actually a real thing. What's the name of the whiskey? It's not Suntory, it's the other one. Whiskey. Nika whiskey. Yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah, so yeah. I'm surprised they're talking about whiskeys right now. I actually went there in real life. It's a really nice place. Anyway. Sensei, what is it? Will the history of whiskey in Japan be on our exams? How should I know? Alright, classes are over. No more questions. I need to hurry back to the staff room. He actually said he doesn't know.
相変わらずエキセントリックな授業ね。
My preparations for this class were completely useless. I didn't follow the textbook one bit.
そうね。これが科学の授業だなんて誰がわかるのかしら。
Well, he was teaching about chemical symbols until halfway through the class.
そうですね。アルコール発酵の反応で化学式の学習というのは斬新です。身近な素材から学習へと誘導する素晴らしい発想です。
Sumugu,
はい。
were you listening to the class from the hallway again?
はい。私は公務員であり生徒ではありませんから、授業を拝聴できるだけでありがたいことです。
But I don't think you should be sitting on your heels on the floor outside. You could just listen while standing, you know?
そのような不行儀、あまりにも失礼です。礼節をもって真摯な姿勢で授業を拝聴すること、それこそが教えを請う者の正しい姿かと思いますが。
Really? That didn't sound like a reason to be sitting on the floor in the hallway while listening to the lessons to me, but I suppose there's nothing I could do about it. Sumugu had no parents. I'm not quite sure about the details. She wasn't very willing to talk about it, and there's no way I can force her to tell me something like that. But it looks like it's related to her financial constraints, which forced her to drop out of school. Earning a living was one of the reasons she had chosen to work in the school as a janitor, but she also wanted to fulfill her wish to continue her studies. She wanted to get back what she couldn't learn during her time as a student.
まあいいわ。そろそろお腹が減ってきたわね。
But we're only one class.
そんなこと聞いてないわ。
Only had one class.
ちょっとダッシュでパン買ってきなさい。
How am I supposed to do that? The school store isn't even open yet.
誰が購買部だって言ったのよ。駅前のベーカリーまで走れと言ってるの。
And why? Could be a reason why I had to run to a place that far.
駅前のベーカリーの方が美味しいからよ。
That's not the point. Besides, you ate breakfast, didn't you?
あなたはどこまでバカなのかしら。朝食べたわ。それは確かなことよ。でもそれと今お腹が減っているのは関係ないでしょ。
You lost me.
もうジャイム、パンを買いに行けない。
Yeah, it's class time, alright. So sit down already, Rio.
覚えておいて。買いに行くチャンスを潰したあなたを私は今後永遠に恨むのだから。
Don't hate me forever for something like that. And it's not my fault. Good God, that was a roar. She seemed to be glaring at me. For as long as I've known her, Rio has always gotten hungry easily. Despite how she looks, Rio eats like a horse. Uma? Anyway, her meals are just staggering in portion, but she still got hungry often. That aside, how does she maintain her slim figure while being such a glutton? Maybe it's a kind of special ability she possesses. Hey, are you alright, Yukawa?
はい、何がですか。
Well, 実は。
何がですか。
Yeah.
何が。
Yeah, go aside. It's nothing. Her insistence was so overwhelming. Even the teacher shrank back and asked no further questions. Meanwhile, Rio's tummy continued to bellow. Her attitude was imposing, but I could see signs of her cheeks flushing. I believe she was actually getting embarrassed. She probably felt that way because the people believed she was refined. Still, her grumbling tummy became a key trait of hers, and one of the many reasons why she was so popular. Damn, I didn't expect her to be this hungry. Now, I feel a little bad for her. After second period ended, I did some light exercise. I ended up being late for third period. The class ended with me still feeling worn out. After lunch and afternoon classes, all that was left was our student council work. To be honest, I was more suited to join the Go Home Club, but since I was the student Seto Kaicho, I had no choice. I mounted the documents that in front of me. The Monkosai was drawing near, so it was natural that the number of documents I had to handle would increase. The stack handed to me by the Monkosai staff reached halfway to the ceiling, and taking care of it was extremely troublesome.
その書類で最後でいいわ。あまり気を張りすぎると体に毒よ。
That's a good idea, but it's alright. Thanks for the concern.
私がそれで最後でいいと言ってるの。やめなさい。
You're ordering me?
いくら放射能を浴びても問題ないぐらいの生命力だからって、無理をすれば死ぬのだから。
Am I a Gokiburi or something? What do you mean, huh? You look like an obvious fact had just been proven wrong to you.
だって当然の事実。
It isn't. You're the one who started calling me a Gokiburi this morning.
だってそんな気がしたから。
Stop it.
そう、ごめんなさい。これからそんな気がしないように努力するわ。
Come on. Do I look like a Gokiburi struggling for its dear life? Do I look black, oily, and shiny, have antenna and 6 limbs?
わりかし。
I'm not black at all. I'm not oily and shiny. I don't have antenna or 6 limbs. Please, I'm begging you.
冗談よ。あなたは黒くもないし、テカテカもしてないし、触覚もないわ。手足は知らないけど。
I don't have 6 limbs. Can't you tell just by looking?
服着ているからわからないわ。結構あなたなんか、服を脱ぐと、背中から。
What did she mean by this? Don't make me imagine that.
とりあえず、残りは私がやっているから。あなたはそこで、全裸で正座してなさい。
And why do I have to sit on my heels naked?
そう。あなたの背中から手足が生えてないか調べるためじゃないかしら。詳しいことはわからないわ。
You're the one who brought this up. So why are you clueless about it?
とりあえず、そっちのソファーで少し休むといいわ。あとはやっておくから。
Wait, you've been working for as long as I have.
安心して。私とあなたは物が違うから。あなたが血ヘドを吐きながらやるような仕事でも、私なら優雅にくるみ割り人形を踊りながらでもできるわ。
I feel like seeing that now.
冗談よ。私はバレエなんかできないわ。代わりに、あなたの手首を破壊しながらだったらできるわ。
No, thank you.
武術ならできるのだけど、優雅なことは無縁なのよ。私は。
Well, I didn't doubt that she's good in martial arts. Ryo couldn't do ballet, but I believe she can dance very well. I've seen her dance many times in the summer festival in her village. Her family operated a jinja, and the martial arts she practiced have been passed down from generation to generation. Why does it make me remember a certain character? Anyway, if you drop that abusive tongue of yours, I'd actually say you're elegant.
そう。
Yeah. I've seen you dance in the summer festival many times too. Natsu Omatsuri? Anyway.
そう。いつまで私を見てるのかしら。目つぶすわよ。
But why?
不愉快だからよ。
Ryo turned away with a displeased expression in her face. Her cheeks were faintly red, but I couldn't tell if it was because of the evening sun's rays. Okay, I'm gonna read Tsukihime after this. Don't worry, guys.
あと、
What is it?
さっきの件、お礼を言っておくわ。
Huh? What did I do?
パンの件よ。2次元目の授業が終わるや否や、ダッシュで駅前まで買ってきてくれたでしょ。
Well, you're the one who ordered me to.
あれは冗談よ。だから休み時間が終わる寸前で行ったのに。まさか次の時間が終わった瞬間にダッシュで買いに行くと思わなかった。
Well, I can't just ignore someone whose tummy is grumbling non-stop, can I?
そう。昔からそういうところは変わらない。いつだって。
Her voice was really faint, so I couldn't quite hear what she said. Huh? What is it?
いいえ、なんでもないわ。忘れなさい。独り言よ。
Right.
昔からデリカシーがないのは変わらないのねって言ったのよ。人の独り言を盗み聞きしないでほしいわ。
If that's the case, then say it in a way that I won't be able to hear.
だから小声で言ったのでしょ。それをいちいち聞き返さないでと言っているの。
Fine, fine. I get it already. Why was she getting all agitated all of a sudden?
とりあえず、これは私なりのお礼だと思って休んでいてもらえると助かるわ。
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
気にするわ。私だって常識があるのよ。
Common sense, huh?
借りがあると気兼ねなくあなたを罵倒することができないの。さすがに両親が痛むから。
That has nothing to do with common sense.
借りがなければ完膚なきまで罵倒できるのだけど。
Isn't that going a bit too far? I decided to do what she told me, and this was her expression of gratitude after all. Besides, I didn't have any courage to decline Rio's kindness. It would be better if I just indulged in it. I'll be taking a rest then.
そういえば聞きたいことがあるのだけど、あなたは あの噂聞いてないかしら。
What wasa?
なんか最近うちの生徒が他校生に絡まれる事例が増えてるって。
Our students? Why?
さあ、私も噂程度にしか聞いてないのだけど、あなたは何か知らないかと思って。
Nope. I never even heard anyone say anything like that.
そうなのだけど。
The delinquents around the area should have been wiped clean several years back by Rio, but there shouldn't be any of their scrubs left. Well, if they aren't just rumors, the problems will inevitably reveal themselves. We'll have to think about it when the time comes. Just be sure not to act recklessly, Rio.
分かってるわ。
Now then, I'll be resting for a bit, like you told me to.
長司様、休まれるのですか？
Oh, yeah, since Rio asked me to.
なるほど。それでしたらこちらのソファーにどうぞ。
Oh, it's alright. I'll just rest on my seat. All of a sudden, Sumugu hugged my head from behind. What is it?
長司様は言ってもわからない方なので、強制的にソファーまでお運びしようかと。
And how do you intend to do that by grabbing onto my head? Oh, I can feel Sumugu's breast pressing against the back of my head. I'll move by myself.
そうですか。でしたらここにお乗りください。
Wait, why am I laying down in your lap?
メイドですから、耳かきをしようと思いまして。
Maidos have nothing to do with cleaning ears.
何をおっしゃいまする。
What on ears?
いえ、何をおっしゃっているのですか？今の世の中、メイドイコール耳かきの図式は常識です。長司様イコール奴隷商人と同じく。
Are you still going on with that slave thing?
その他にも、メイドイコール〇〇の組み合わせは枚挙にいとまがありません。巷ではメイド耳かきをはじめ、メイドマッサージやらメイドヘアサロン、メイドキャバクラ、メイドソープ。
What's with that last one? That sounds terribly wrong.
少し脱線しましたが、メイドと耳かきは相性が良いもの。そう、古今東西のメイド学で決まっているのです。
I call bullshit on that. What the heck is maidology?
とりあえずリラックスしてください。
As she said that, she forcefully pressed my head onto her thighs. ちょっと待って、Sumugu. Nice.
動かないでください。耳かき棒が耳ゲイボルクになってしまいます。
Gable. Gable. Oh yeah. Oh man. Wait, why would it turn into a spear impaling bar that if I just move a little bit?
動かないでくだ。
I can't just stay like this. Hey, Sumugu. Ah! What happened? Why is it so dark? Why is it so stuffy? What did you do, Sumugu?
ちょっとスカートの中に潜り込んでます。
God, I wish that were me. Huh? I heard something that was way out of my imagination. I caught myself under your skirt. Ah! Yo. Yabe. I panicked from the darkness, so I didn't realize it, but now that you mention it, I could feel a completely different sensation pressing against my cheek. The fabric texture from a while ago disappeared, and its place is the refreshingly cool, smooth sensation of her skin. In short, my skin was pressing against Sumugu's thighs. No! This is bad! We can't do this in the lawful space of the student council room.
そんなサービスはして
Mate, just calm down. I'm being pressed down, and that's why I can't move right now.
押さえつけているんじゃなくて、そんな、ダメです。許してください。
Go in. Her cool eyes were now slowly gathering warmth. I could hardly hear myself above my racing heartbeat. No, I doubt anyone could understand what I just yelled either.
ジョージさん、ジョージ様って。なるほど。こういう変態プレイに浴場されるわけですね。
What? Huh? Was this part of her cake? What? Huh? Sumiko, who was struggling wildly just a while ago, came to a sudden stop suddenly. She then fixed her skirt, returning it to how it was before.
今朝、エイカ様が長司様は犯罪者だと言ってましたが、こういうことでしたか。
Wait, you're wrong!
なるほど。次回までにさらに詳しく勉強はしておきます。サービス項目に追加できるように。
What?
主人が望むのであれば、それを叶えるのがメイド道です。略してメイド。
Wait, I think you're misunderstanding something. I wasn't doing what you thought I was doing, and I'm not a criminal. 犯罪者。
女子のスカートに頭を突っ込むのを犯罪とは言わないのかしら。
Ika.
妹に対してゲットは大層な挨拶ですね。
And there stood Ika, literally fuming as she smashed the wall with her fists. Our school was separated into two campuses, but for some reason the building for the student council was set up right in the middle. Thus, it was shared by both. Sumari, the student council room on Eika's side, was just a wall away. Any noises here could be easily heard there. If things bustle up like right now, naturally Eika would come over to check what was the fuzz about. This place is a Jedi. Anyway, never mind, minefield. That expression on Eika's face gave me the shivers.
真っ昼間から借金の方という弱い立場の女性のスカートの中に頭突っ込んで太ももをスリスリと。
Wait, how did you read it that way? This has got nothing to do with her death, and it's not broad daylight either.
夕方ならそんなことしていいんですか。すごい非常識な道徳感ですね。
Listen to me. Sumiko isn't doing this because of her death, and I then stuck my head under her skirt and rubbed my face against her thighs.
私が見た限りではしていたように見えたけど。
Wait, I was just trying to get out of her skirt.
だからさ、今朝私は言ったよね、兄さん。
What about?
犯した罪は認めないと裁判の時に裁判官の心証が悪くなり判決が不利になりますよって。
Mate, that would be weird. I haven't committed any crimes, and there isn't a judge here to begin with.
いるじゃない、ここに裁判官が。
Oh, Ika, where are you reaching out your hands?
それは私が死刑執行人だから。
You're gonna execute me?
そう。
A satisfied smile emerged on Ika's face, a smile with a severe lack of emotion.
死刑かな。
My nose still hurts.
殺されなかっただけ感謝してほしいわ。
Why do you want to kill me?
学校で女の子のスカートの中に頭突っ込んでる生徒会長がいたら、そんなもん殺されたって仕方がないって日本の司法が判断するからに決まってるからでしょ。
What in the world? A student council president would have to be executed for just sticking his head under a girl's skirt in school? Since when did the laws of this country start prosecuting citizens like that? My life can't possibly be worth less than the thighs of one girl, right? No way that can be true.
長司、上は大火事、下は洪水。さーて、それはなんだ。
Before long, Onigase came barging in with her usual nonsense. She isn't part of the student council staff, so she can't just hang around in the student council room all the time. But she would always visit with all sorts of made-up reasons, probably because she was feeling lonely. That being said, There were tons of reasons she could come up with these days, since the Bungosai is just around the corner.
なあなあ、なんだと思うジョージ。
The girl who is well known throughout the neighboring schools and in the town's legends as the head honcho of the delinquents, Onigase, peered at my face innocently. A fire on top and a flood at the bottom, huh? I know that if it was reversed, a flood on top and fire at bottom would be obviously a bat. It's a common riddle, but I never heard it the other way around. What could it be? I had no clue.
優等生の長寿じゃわからないだろうな。優等生には柔軟さがないと言うからな。
Right. So, what's the answer?
お風呂だ。
Ah!
驚いたか。
I'm sure my face right now looked like one of those exaggerated shock expressions in manga. The thought of her giving that answer never even crossed my mind. Onigase-san?
なんだと？なんで今さらさん付けなんだ。怒るぞ。
Wari, but you know, Onigase, why is the fire on top and the flood at the bottom a bat?
まだわからないのか。想像以上にお前は頭が固いな。ほら、想像してみろ。上が火事なんだぞ。
I tried imagining it. Naturally, the only image I could think of is a burning house in the middle of a flood. That's the only scenario that could happen. Should it be something in the middle of a flood with a fire above it? Isn't that how it goes?
普通？どこが普通なんだ？
Well, just try imagining it. The middle of a flood with a fire on top of it.
想像。
Anyway, 想像。
普通だ。お？
I like she has a sprite for something like this. When I guess it fell into confusion, question marks began to flood her head.
でも、あれ？下が鋼材で、上が、あれ？なんで？お風呂じゃないんだ？
Man, that really broke her mind. I had to think to know why. Onigase must have gotten that excuse to visit the student council room from those delinquents. She always gets her ideas from them. Excuse? Huh? Let me think. All right, boss. Shoot a riddle at them. That was the most likely what those delinquents said, and Onigase must have been delighted with the idea.
クイズか。それなら生徒会室に行く理由にちゃんとなっているな。
But that's not a proper reason. It was probably at this time those delinquents told her about that riddle. What's a fire at the bottom and a flood on top?
そんなことあるわけないだろう。だって上が洪水なら下の大火事は消えてしまうではないか。
That's the trick, boss. The real answer is opuro.
お風呂？なんで？
Bathtubs have heaters set up on them these days, but in the past they used to burn fire logs below to heat them. It's like boiling water in a kettle. She achieved enlightenment, the egg of Columbus, the Copernican revolution, a paradigm shift. The brain cells in Onigase's head was quivered from the image shock. She must have trembled in awe of the great knowledge bestowed upon her. But unfortunately, the intense astonishment affected her memories. Her bewildered brain had made a big mistake while recording that information. And therefore, she got the top and bottom reverse. Boss, what's wrong?
すごいぞ。発想の逆転だな。長司が驚く姿が目に浮かぶぞ。
That's right, boss. Go scare the wits out of that Seto Kaicho. And she pretty much succeeded in that. Well, this is nothing more than just my imaginations. The error margin couldn't possibly be above 0.00001%. I've seen things happen like this countless times, and I've experienced Onigasa's terrifying results firsthand.
違うんだジョージ、私は嘘を言ってるんじゃないんだ。確かにさっきまでこれはお風呂だったんだよ。確かにお風呂だったのになんで。
Don't start crying now. The answer didn't change. Onigase, you just reversed the directions. Tonikaku Onigase, I need to talk to you about the documents you gave me some time ago.
私のところからの書類、なんだそりゃ。
Are you an idiot? You're part of the staff for the Bunkosai, aren't you? Hey, the fuck did you say? Did you call the boss an idiot, huh? So you guys are here too. You got that fucking right. We'll always be watching over boss from below. Huh? Are you two dead or something? The fuck was that? We look like zombies to ya? Well, the way they put it made it seem like they're watching over her from hell. They probably meant watching over her from the shadows. Oh, I suppose I might as well ask you two then. So, you want some ass? I'll take you on any day. You guys didn't go through this proposal form, did you? All the required items had to be filled in. The fuck? Oh. Where? Which one? This one right here. Shit. I missed that. Yabe. I totally didn't see that either.
見落としあったのか。
It's alright, boss. We'll take care of small matters like this.
でも私も文化祭実行委員だし。
Oi. Yanagise, look what you did. Thanks to you, our boss is troubled. Are you dumb? If you don't want your boss to be troubled, then stop making mistakes like this. That's what underlings should be doing, alright? Well,
おいジョージ、あんまりこいつらをいじめないでくれよ。
besides, Onigase, you're a staff member as well, so you should have at least gone through this.
それはそうだな。申し訳なかった。
Oh, Yanagase, you son of a bitch! Shut the hell up already! You two are staff members too, so get this damn proposal form done first before you start complaining. Ma, you know, Yanagase, humans do make mistakes. Then fix them already.
あいつら言っちゃった。なんて横暴な言い方の生徒会長かしらね。あれじゃどっちが不良だかわからないじゃないの。
I don't want to hear that from you.
そんな態度でよくもまあ人気があるわね。まあ見た目はクールだからなジョージは。たまに切れるところとかギャップ萌えって感じあるよな。というよりも怒鳴り散らしている兄さんなんて一般生徒は見ないでしょうから。本当に猫かぶって生きてるのね。
I'm repeating myself, but I don't want to hear that from you out of all people. Oh, and one more thing, Onigase.
どうした？
There are lots of other incomplete documents you prepared, so you don't have to think of excuses like riddles to come here anymore.
口実？何言ってるだお前。私は口実など作ってないぞ。私は純粋にクイズをだな。
Fine, fine. Just be sure to come to this Setokai starting from tomorrow until the Bunkosai. We can't afford to let any of your documents remain incomplete.
毎日？
Yeah, that's right. And you guys too. Are you two going to just hide under there? Hey man, we don't run or hide, got that? Don't be looking down on us, okay?
いいのかジョージ。
That's not a matter whether it's okay or not. There really are a lot of mistakes in the work you guys did.
そうか、よかった。お世話になるぞ。
Well, Ma, boss says so. Yeah.
言葉遣いが荒い人間が増えて、この生徒会室も殺伐とするわね。
You're not the one that should be saying that.
今日もいっぱい仕事したな。そうですね。約1名女性と遊んでいた人間もいたけど。
Erika shot a glare at me as she said that. Are you talking about me?
誠に申し訳ありません、エイカ様。この差ですよ。本当にがっかりな兄さんですね。
What do you mean?
紡さんは悪くないのに謝っている。それなのに兄さんと来たらまあまあ、確かになんか長次が悪いことしたみたいだけど、でも多分長次も心の奥底では反省しているはずだぞ。なあ長次。そうですかね。ちなみにですね、兄さんがやったことはゴニョゴニョ。
If Eka was explaining it, no doubt she would exaggerate it just to add it onigase.
なに長次。
See? Call it.
で、そのクンニリングってなんだ？
That's fucking exaggeration. Hey, Eka? The heck did you tell her? How do you know the word like that anyway?
それはそうなのですが、それよりも長司様もご存知なのですね。まあ健全な童貞男子はある種飢えた狼よりも厄介とも言いますし、仕方がないとも言えますが。
You too, Sumugu. Can you please not mention my virginity?
え？
What do you have a why not expression in your face?
そのように見えたのでしたら有能な眼科を紹介いたしますが、もっともやましい心があるからそう見えるわけですから治療不可とも思いますが。童貞兄さんはともかく紡さんもちゃんと意味を知ってるんですね。それはもう年の功とも言えますが、ドナドナされた時に必要になるかと思い奴隷的教養は一通り学習いたしました。
The heck's a cultivation of a dote? I mean,
申し訳ありませんが、
dore.
エイカ様はなぜそのような言葉をご存知で？私ですか？兄が変態だから妹も変態ということではないでしょうか？
Wait, that's kind of base, no? Wait, I don't know, man.
なるほど。
Oh. Don't say that after glancing at me. Tonikaku, forget about me. Don't any of you feel embarrassed about showing yourselves as perverts? Hentai? Eika landed a critical hit right in the family jewels, the marbles. You're going home, Kaicho?
兄さんはこれから帰ります。
It's Yanagi says Imoto. Huh? Why is she squatting down? Is Kaicha alright? Yeah, I'm alright. I just have a little stomach ache. Seriously, you gotta get to the infirmary then. It's fine. I'll be alright. Oh, what's going on here? What do you guys say? Why is Onigase here?
なんだよ。私がここにいちゃいけないのか？
Please, forgive us.
ここは問題ないですから。あなたたちも帰宅してくださって結構ですよ。
I see. Well, if Ryo-san is here, then we'll be taking our leave then. The male student scrambled off. Eika, you bitch.
学校の人に兄さんが変態変態変態なんて言葉を連呼している姿を見せられませんからね。
Cut to the chase, huh?
まあいいじゃないの。ここではいつも通りというわけにはいかないのだから、さっさとみんなの家に帰りましょう。そうですね。後片付けいたします。いいですよ。何でもかんでもやってもらうわけにはいきませんから。いいえ、これもメイドの奴隷の仕事だと思います。
Stop glancing at me and saying stuff like that already, and stop with that dore thing too.
わかりました。ですが奴隷メイド関係なくここに住まわせていただいているわけですから、このようなことくらいはいたしませんと。まあまあ、そういうのをあんまり気にするな、つむぐ。私だっていつも何もやっていない。でもいつもご飯食べてるんだぞ。そういうことは自慢げに言うことではないと思うの。あなたも何かした方がいいわ。何かやった方がいいか。誰か倒すのなら得意なんだけどな。誰かやっつけたいやついないか、柳瀬家の人々よ。
Don't say something dangerous like that. Just don't do anything, please.
そういうのはありませんね。そうか、それは残念だな。倒すのと壊すのだけ得意なんだけどな。
I sincerely hope you wouldn't display any of those bullies in this household. But seriously, Sumugu, don't worry about it. That's already a big help that you're cooking for us.
そうおっしゃっていただけるのは嬉しいのですが、家事全般が私の仕事でもありますから。でもあれだぞ、つむぐ。あんまり人の仕事を奪うっていうのも良くないのだからな。え？とおっしゃいますと？恋愛感情っていうのはな、尽くされるよりも尽くす方が強くなるんだっていうぞ。え？はい？
There she goes again, saying dumb, off-topic things out of nowhere. At a loss for her words, everyone was speechless. You know, that's solely unrelated, isn't it?
関係ないか？
Oh no, everyone was caught. How did you manage to get to love matters? We were talking about who's going to wash the dishes. Besides, who's the one giving and who's the one receiving? If you don't specify the subject, how would we know what you're saying?
そうよ、関係ないわよ。
The look on their faces, man.
そうですね。そのようなものとは関係ありませんよね。関係ないかな。尽くされるより尽くす方が絶対に恋愛感情が高まると思うのだけどな。
Like I said, that's unrelated.
ちなみにその関係性はわりかし正解じゃないかしら。そういうことを大真面目に研究した学者先生もいるらしいし。
What are you saying?
もしかして尽くすとか尽くされるとかの関係のお話ですか？そう。人は他人に尽くすという行為に無意識で理由を作るらしいのよ。好きでもない相手に尽くすわけがない。つまり私はこの人が好きなんだって脳は意識に言い聞かせるらしいわ。
I see. But what does that have to do with cleaning dishes?
そうね、関係ない。ということにこの場合はした方がいいかもしれないわ。
ん？
質問なんですけど、りょうさん。何かしら。それってつまり、もし仮に振り向かせたい相手がいたら尽くすよりも尽くさせろということと理解していいのですか？さあ、あくまでもそういう説もあるって程度だけれども、個人的には納得できる話ではあると思うわ。好きな人ができたことがある女の子なら誰だって経験があることじゃないかしら。なるほど。そういうことでしたらなんとなくわかります。つむぐさん、わかるんですか？ ということは紡は恋をしたことがあるんだな。どうでしょう。断言することはためらわれる。そのようなところでしょうか。なんとなく恋したことがあるのかもみたいな感じかしら。そうですね。その表現が近いかもしれませんね。尽くすよりも尽くさせろか。
Man, it was really taking that into heart.
そうね。相手に尽くすのは簡単だけど、相手に尽くさせるのは難しいんじゃないかしら。りょうさん納得できると言ってましたよね。ということはりょうさんも好きな人がいるということなんですか？好きな人か。そうね。そんな人がいたかもしれないわね。でもその恋はもう消滅しているから。
Man, that sounds. She's so disappointed, I guess.
消滅？そう、終わってしまった恋心だわ。え？それってりょうが失恋したことあるってことか？私は失恋しかしたことないわ。成就した恋なんてない。
Now I'm curious.
そうなんですか。意外です。女子にも男子にも絶大な人気があって、りょうなら人間なんてよりどりみどりだろう。そんなことないわ。少なくとも私が望んだものはいつだって形にならないのよ。りょうさん。
We were talking about cleaning the dishes, right? I'm sure the topic was about who's going to clean the dishes just a while ago. Still, the conversation happening right now has caught me by surprise. Even someone like Ryo could get heartbroken. That man must have been very handsome, like an idol. Just thinking about it makes me a little mad.
恋を成就させたことないですか？なんか私みたいな言い方ですね。
What? You been in love before?
何ですかその言い方。軽く殺意を覚えたのですが。
Oh, nah. Sorry about that.
兄さんみたいな当変木にはわからないと思いますけど、私だって恋をします。好きな人くらいいます。
So, I suppose that's normal. I've been living with Aika all this time, and I've never seen any signs of her being in love before. Well, I guess a normal Imoto would be hiding things from her Nissan, and not just matters regarding love. This was probably just another case of that. Yet, I couldn't help but feel a sense of incompetence in myself. I don't know about other brothers and sisters, and it might be fine for them, but I'm the only immediate relative Aika had. And that's why I believe that I should have at least been able to notice this sort of change in my Imoto.
ならいいじゃない。まだその恋は終わってないのならば。そうですね。でもりょうさんの恋だって本当に終わったのかどうかなんてわからないかもしれませんよ。そんなことないわ。私の恋はとっくに終わってる。みんな純情だな。鬼ヶ瀬様は恋をされたことはないのですか？私そんなのないよ。ないの。なんだよ、りょう。
You know what? Before I continue, each time I look at Onikase, I am remembering. I keep remembering Sana for some reason. I don't know why. It's bothering me. It's like I'm looking at Sana, but obviously the personality is way more different. Like, you know. There's something about looking at her character design just makes me remember of Sana for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, let's continue.
別にただ珍しい反応だと思っただけ。なんだかすごく動揺しているように見えたから。なんで 私が動揺することあるんだ。私は余裕だぞ。そう。なんだそれ。そうって私をバカにしているのか。いいえ、別に。なんでさっきから半笑いなんだ。表に出ろ、勝負だりょう。いやよ。まあまあ、お二人ともそんな喧嘩などなさらずに。ですが、なるほど。昨晩からご厄介になっておりますので、いささか状況を理解できずに困惑しておりましたが、今おおよそ理解しました。
He knows.
でしたらこうしましょう、長司様。
Huh? After being cast aside from the conversation all this time, why was she talking to me right now?
どうぞ。スポンジです。精一杯私たちのために後片付けをしてください。
Huh?
なるほどね。それが一番いいかもしれないわね。
Huh? What the heck? I don't get it. First, you're talking about love, and now we're back to cleaning dishes again. There's a limit to topic hopping, you know.
話など飛んでませんよ。長司様の頭の中はある意味飛んでいるのかもしれませんが。
He doesn't know. Oi!
私たちはずっと後片付けを誰がするかという話をしていたのですよ。
Like hell you were.
何言ってるのかしら兄さん。さっきからずっと後片付けの話をしていたのだけど。エイカちゃん、この牧年人に何か期待する方が無理だから、とりあえず命令よ。すぐに皿を洗いなさい。ついでに私たちの部屋を掃除しておいて。
I don't get it. How did things become like this?
まあ、長司がバカだから話についていけないだけじゃないか。
I don't want to hear that from you of all people.
なんだと？失礼だぞ。いさかいはその辺で。とにかく長司様は後片付けをしてください。私はお風呂の用意をしてきます。
Seriously? Don't I have any allies at all? And so I ended up cleaning the dishes for some reason. How in the world did things turn out like this? It's not like it's the first time something like this has happened either. Maybe it's because the thought patterns between the genders are different. Aika would always come to some sort of mutual understanding, reel and leave me out of the conversation. Stuff like that happened many times in the past. And I guess this was just another one of those times. Okay, I'm gonna call it in. I'm probably going to have dinner and then I'm gonna start reading Tsukihime. Man, I'm actually tempted to keep reading. I'm really actually tempted to keep reading. Not gonna lie. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, this is making me really interested to read. Who knows? We might do the half thing. I'll figure that out. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll see you guys on the next upload. Ciao.